Um, Hello, let's have a bit of a stream about this website project that I've had several streams on the past. So, yeah, it's been a while since I last streamed about this, and I've been trying out this kind of new layout thing where the texts will open here on the area. I think I'm gonna actually show it like this. I think this gives a little bit better image. So yeah, this is bigger now. So instead of having the text here on the side on the left, in here I have them. It opens like on the node itself, and the motivation here is that well, you can have like multiple texts opened, and then it's also like as you're reading, it's easier to make the connections to other nodes instead of like having the text to the left. This brings up some issues, I think, like there isn't so much space here. Oh yeah. One other thing that I was thinking that this could have a benefit on is yeah, like this could work like on mobile maybe as well. Maybe not. Well, maybe if it's just like yeah, for some reason I had some idea why this would be good on mobile, but yeah, it's easier to make the connections, easier to maybe move to another topic, and there's some like small things here that I want to change. I think I wanted to have it so that you could select the text here. Like I used to have it so that if you click here on the text area, it would close it, but now you have to click on the title itself, and I think it's a bit restrictive. I think like in this case, I think when a user is using the site, there's going to be a lot of opening and closing of these nodes, because they're in like normal monitors, there's not going to be enough vertical space to have all these nodes open, so there's going to be a lot of like, and people like to do like clicking and like and shutting and opening and stuff like that. And I also like another thing that I want to change a bit is if I open this here, then the title like jumps here. Because I want to use the space up there as well. So now to fit as much as possible, but now it's a little bit jarring that like it moves it up. It can be like hard for the user to keep track of what's like where like where the user clicked or stuff like that. So let's see what we can do about this. Anything else about this? Yeah, I want to change the colors. The colors are now a little bit like, well, maybe not in this one here, but they are a little bit too dark or something like that. So I'm gonna open the author version here. So so yeah, I'm doing this with Claude. Yeah, this is kind of like the latest version. It shows here on the left. This is the kind of like author tools. So these are not tools that are on the final site, but they are like tools for me to make on kind of like fine tuning the how the site looks. So it's easier to have this kind of UIs and than just giving like always commands to Claude for like some tiny things. And this is in, I would say that the kind of like site thing specifically is in JavaScript, but this is like this author thing is in R, in like the shiny thing that allows this kind of dashboard stuff. So keep the tight. Something like that. To feel what was I thinking here? So here I'm just thinking, is this gonna work? Oh, like is there gonna be a way to do this? Because I want this like empty space here to be used, but I also want like when I click this that it's gonna stay in the same space. So if I have this, yeah, I don't think I had a plan about this, that it would only move these higher ones up, but I don't think it's gonna work actually. Yeah, I don't know. Like another solution is somehow to move all of these up like to begin with, so that they all start up here. But I don't. I like currently I like how these are centered. So also like these connections, they are. They're gonna like if I move this higher up, it's gonna. Well, actually, in this case, because most of these connections are on these top ones, I don't know if it would be too bad actually. Um, hmm. But I like what I have like currently, that I have this. I like it's visually nice to have this empty space like on here and over here. So if I move these up, can have less empty space, and also like for the skills area, it's okay. I wonder if we can try this. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking before. If I was thinking like I could make this work. This opened. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's try this. Hmm. So I think this is only going to be for inline UI. Um, Something like that. Lately, I've been like kind of pleasantly surprised, like on Claude, in terms of like how much um, like how much like tokens it uses, or how much I have left. Like I feel that in past weeks I have not never really like used all of the quota, but I still think that on short term, or like I do run out quite often on these like session limits. I think my use is very periodic, so I have those times when I use a lot of a lot of tokens at the same time, especially like this kind of coding sessions. So they just like and I would kind of like hope that it would be. I would want to move the balance a little bit, so like have like I don't I don't know if I like this map, but it might just be like some of this might be just like not being used to this. I wonder if it kind of like, does it now work so that whenever I open it, opens it opens the text like under it, so that's the benefit of this kind of thing. But I do think it's like here, like you notice it especially here on the skills column, that like these, they get like, there's so much that gets clumped up here, and it's kind of like hard to see the connections. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. I'm kind of like still thinking like, is there a way to but I just think it might not be doable. Yeah, because if you open something and you have the empty space, it's just gonna move the stuff up and it's gonna leave like empty space between the nodes, like the extra empty space it's gonna just move over there. Yeah, that's not helpful. So the benefit of this now is that you're gonna like your cursor, you can keep your cursor at the same position, like, and then you like you just click again and it closes. Whereas before, like your cursor could jump here and then it doesn't close anymore if I want to keep this kind of thing that it's yeah, but I'm not still sure like if I want to keep this. And for some reason I cannot like I can like select text, but I cannot copy it or anything. So I'm just, yeah, maybe I'm gonna keep this at least for now, but and I'm just gonna like think about do I want to keep this. So let's look at the colors. I think I'm gonna ask for some kind of transparency selection. I would kind of want to have, because as you have these colors here going, like have this outline here to be in like here, like this green. I would want to have this to have the green outline instead of this orange one. So source color. So for project, so this is where it gets tricky, but where it might also be like it might get pretty like cool looking. Okay, maybe the one tricky thing here is that if there's like here this this thing here, for example, this is like there's like only one like node connection here. So, but I wouldn't want this to be completely red. Maybe it would work out if it's like 50% red here. But for these others, like for example, this one here, you can get a pretty cool effect if it's like the blue goes here and then it goes to this purple one until here, and then we have red color over here. So maybe that's actually enough. This is also like a good test on like will let's see. Okay, let's try this. This is like the I think this might be one of the most difficult to understand. Where do I have one of the most difficult to understand commands? So it's let's see how Claude handles this. I'm also like one I think it's understanding. Like one other change that I've been applying lately is I want to have this like here. I don't want to make this site be like I don't want this text to take so much space of this view. I would only want to have the abstracts of each node here on the view, and then I want to have like here, this doesn't lead anywhere now, but I want to have a link to the I want to have a separate pages for the fuller text, I think. So yeah, this would then lead to that page. They could also be, and I think this would only consider these projects, and I could have the link also because there's this box here on the right. So I wonder if I could have like the link here already, so that the user doesn't have to open this and then find the link here, but they could go directly to that link. But maybe there could be an issue with that is that if they're gonna like learn, okay, that okay, they come to this site, they notice, okay, some of these have links. Oh, I'm gonna click the link, and I'm gonna click the link here. Then they might not understand so well that these are, you can click these open. Maybe in general that's a little bit of an issue with this approach to the site, because when on the other layout there's kind of like a prompt on the here where the text would from this would show up that okay, click on the nodes to see the text. So now I don't have that kind of prompt, so it might not be so clear. So I was thinking, well, maybe now I could have like down here as some kind of a separate node about how this site works. So because now that I have the information in this kind of menu, I think it would be nicer to have it in here. Like I could make these to be like a similar thing to these ones, so that you could have that. So I could have like 3 nodes here. There could be like this kind of title, like about the site or something like that. Okay, let's see what Claude has been up to. Oh, I'm just gonna run it, and we're gonna see what it looks like. So okay. Oh damn. Yeah, it hasn't done anything. Like these colors are, they are the same. Top and bottom of the what? Source color. Source color. Like this is, no, it doesn't work out. Because these are not like source, it's these colors now. I'm gonna like show a picture. Yeah, maybe that will help. I don't know how like why does it have this kind of impression of like why did it think that it's that way? Like if I have some more of that stuff here, the only place where I have this kind of empty space would be here on the right, or vice versa. So that's, yeah, that's, I don't really like that. I was also thinking if I would cut, like I could cut a lot of this height here on these nodes, but it still wouldn't be even close to being able to fit like the text in all of these nodes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's not working. Like this outline. I wonder if, no, no, what's happening? Okay, I'm just gonna show that it's still not working. So what I want to do, what I want to have the bright color, and then I could increase the transparency on these, like this color that's, like I could have the outline color be very bright, and then I could have the color inside the box to be transparent, because right now like there's some issue here, like when you're reading this, it's too bright. Well, at least if you, yeah, I don't know, maybe the problem is only if you keep your mouse over here, but I also want, if I have this thing that's, because I like this thing that if you hover, it's gonna show the connections, but I could have that effect subdued a bit. I also think that Claude might have like trouble Because I'm also like keeping the old system there, because I don't want to commit too much to this yet. So like keeping these two tracks at the same time, but I think it's hard for Claude because it's I don't know. Yeah, it's just like you kind of like have to juggle a bit, like two things at once. You have to make some kind of exceptions. So I wonder where I would want to have that. Okay, let's see if we get it now. It kind of like flashed over there. There was like when you load it, like look, it was there, but then it went away. So okay, let's try. I'm gonna try in the browser now. I'm also noticing that it doesn't like this. Yeah, some things are not working on the browser version yet. But it might be just like there's some like on history, some old version of the site. So yeah, let's have I'm gonna ask it to make. I'm gonna also check that I don't have here like what I want it to have. There's like gradient extent. So what else would we want to do? Yeah, I think I was just like wondering, do I still have some? Yeah, I don't think there are any effects like if I have this node open that it would be different to this one. I think these lines are the same color and okay, let's see if this is like the fourth try now, and it's still not working. I'm gonna also try the publish app now, but yeah, it's not working either. I might want to go back to this, like having the all teams, projects, and skills on the same color, because I think it helps a lot with some kind of what? This is transparent. Uh, yeah, it's still not working. I'm gonna do this also, and I'm gonna give it a picture. Usually I'm quite happy with like it is gonna be like the fifth time we are trying this. Like usually they manage in the end. They find some way. You just if you just keep saying it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's usually enough. Of course, it's you losing a lot of tokens on this. Maybe it's not so bad that these get a little bit tangled, because I think the color separation here is pretty clear, and it's gonna get a lot clearer if we get this thing to work. one worry that I have is, will this text get like too, are the fonts gonna be too small, because they have to be a bit cramped to fit. Yeah, I really want to change, like there's just too much colors going on at the same time. I just want to have yes, I will be making those like kind of like drafts and full articles to this to these projects. Maybe have like some kind, if there is an external link, you could have like indicator of if it's a draft or if it's some kind of final text. I also think that site might be get like a little bit bloated, or this the way that the way that it's built, like there's been like so many big changes over time, so I think the kind of like architecture of the site might not be so suitable. Okay, let's try again. So this is the 5th time. Nope. I don't know, I'm getting a bit annoyed. Yeah, the transparency thing, I think it works pretty well. But I do kind of like this kind of like very colorful. Oops. It's just like This looks so like visually nice. Let's play around with colors a little bit. At some point I had an idea of having like some kind of third color thing. So now we're gonna make everything. I'm gonna try this to have this. Oh yeah, that's gonna get stuck. Have this one color on these, and then if I have these source colors to be let's see. It could be nice if they would be. So this is basically like how this could put them a little bit grayer. So like I think this brings the colors to be a bit more like earthy or something like that compared to this. But if I have like this one, there's the benefit that I can have it darker, and they gonna like, because this kind of, how would you say, yeah, the color, like the color, basically this color saturation. If the color saturation is high, the colors are still very distinct even if they are very dark on this dark background. But I think the issue here is that now it gets a bit bleak. So I'm gonna like thinking, is there like a nice balance to be had here? And it's also, let's see, like here in the layout, if we increase the transparency, but then right now like it doesn't connect so much to these line colors here anymore if you have like a very very high transparency. But now you can make it's a lot clearer, okay, that this is kind of like continuation, these colors here. Yeah, so the gradient extent is another one, so we can lower this. And so what we are basically balancing here is that how readable does the text, like we have this blue text here, how readable does it stay on these colors. Yeah, I also have like one idea here that like, as we have this color, we could kind of increase the blueness. So there's also, it kind of like increases then the contrast, so it's easier to read, especially if you have like, well, this gets a little bit tricky because it's a basically like a blue color on a blue background. But here, for example, on a red background and I could have make it here so that we're gonna like missing more of this, so we don't get as much blue. I think this should take more of the blues out, but it's still not really enough. I wonder if this is really working. Guess it's. How do we get rid of those? Okay, yeah, it is working. Like now we are not getting like any blues, but it's also like quite a big. Yeah, there's also, I want to avoid these purple colors because they're like always a bit too dark. You can have and it's kind of like nice that I can look at like both of these. I can do different, make a comparison like which side looks better. There might also be like some, let's see, because I was still thinking about this outline issue. Is it because there's some like, yeah, it might be this. Yeah, okay, here. Okay, it was my fault all the way because I had this node outline set to 0. So now let's take a look like, so yeah, the project colors are still not working. And it might be that like at some point it just might be that they have because I was asking them that, like, saying that it doesn't work like so many times, so it might have been working at some point, but then they broke it because I was just like saying it doesn't. So just a minute, a little bit. Okay. So I think I'm gonna admit to Claude that it was my mistake. And then I'm gonna say that my mistake, I had the node outline width as 0. I think Claude could have, it could have like read this from some like what values I have saved or something. There's still something that I don't really like about this. Yeah, maybe now. Yeah, and I also like definitely going to take out this if I'm gonna keep this system, so I kind of might want to take out this. Well, I'm not sure. Like this, when I hover it, it makes the border thicker. But yeah, this might be a very tricky thing for Claude to create what I gonna like want to have here. So now I'm also like thinking, is it nice to have and it might be that if we have more of this border thing going on, I don't maybe need this like on, because now like on hover it ooh, okay, I have one idea also, like make the hover gradient be how would you call it, like exponentially decreasing instead of linear. Okay, actually I could just make maybe I could just talk about like gradient is terms of distance to edge. No, the border. Or maybe it's just like how exponential the gradient is. Maybe that's Okay, let's try. Oh yeah, I have to. On the edge, you can see. So it might be that like Claude hasn't really understood. So I'm just gonna throw. Let's see how well it understands like this kind of direction. So something like this. So this is what I want it to do. So yeah. So is this I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if this gets... Will this look bad if... Because I kind of like want to have this node outline to be quite small, because if it's big, it's kind of like takes so much space from the texts, and so what I'm thinking is it a should it be of kind of like same width as these lines over there, but I could also like make these lines smaller, but I kind of like some thickness on them. On the other hand, it might make it easier to distinguish. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, it works now, but I'm not sure if I like it. Yeah, this looks pretty dumb. If I make it smaller, well, let's go take a look at this gradient fall off curve. So let's make the gradient. Make zero transparency. Like is one is like, I think that's like no, this doesn't really. I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. I'm wondering about this thickness of this. It would be cool if when I hover here it would only have those segments of the line thick that are of this color. It could be cool, or maybe not, I'm not sure. It's a bit yeah, it makes it quite a lot more colorful, but I'm not sure. I don't know, it just feel like if is it starting to look a bit bad. Also this fallout curve, if I put it to max, yeah, I'm not sure. It's just I don't know if it's kind of like doing what I want. You kind of get the feeling that it's just like, yeah, I think it, if I have yeah, maybe it works. Oops. Like you can see. But I would still want it to have like kind of like a longer tail in a sense. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna maybe skip this because there's this, yeah, maybe it's this thing that's bothering me, that like when I hover and then those it just gets too bright, and I'm not sure if there's a way to get out of this other than so let's try this. Let's just make another slider. Control how much the gradient extends on hover. because I think I just want to put it to 0, especially now that I have these borders again, these outlines, so the hovering would be shown through them, and I wouldn't use that. So I'm not going to use the gradient at all. So the gradient would, because like here, I much rather read it like this than this. But if you click this, and because you don't have the instinct to remove the mouse after you've clicked it. So it's just gonna be like this. So we're gonna make this a bit cleaner. Yeah, one thing that I also want to have is if there is, like here, this blue color, I don't think, or no, it's just like over here. So project outline, no source. Empty / transparent. Yeah, I'm gonna open this, and then I'm gonna leave this command for it to think while playing with this. Oh yeah, so gradient extent on hover, so we're gonna put that to 0, and okay, I'm gonna make some sensible defaults now, and then I'm gonna save this, because so it's save, yeah, so this works. So I could, let's have like a little bit. Yeah, like just like few, like this is already something. This is like, ooh. So what's happening here? What? There was some weird. Oh, oh, it's kind of like it's because it's kind of like additive to the this. Yeah, I think I have to. I think I have to change this a bit. Okay. So yeah, now this side here is empty. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like it. It looks so weird. Hmm. Also, why isn't this green showing up over here? Or this red one? Unless I'm hovering here, it doesn't show up. I don't know. Also, like this green. Maybe it would be cool if it would only hover to the extent of that. I don't know. Yeah, it has to do something with this. Like if I have a higher pixel size, then those like bottoms also show up. I think it's some kind of like I think it's some kind of like shadow effect that's which may be kind of like going over it or something. So yeah, let's just let's make a change to hover gradient. Yeah, I think this will makes it like a nicer looking thing as well. So for reference, I've used like 61% of my cloud tokens for this session. I think I had it like at 5 or 10% before I started streaming, so that's some kind of reference. I think that's quite plenty, or like, or meaning that there's quite a lot of the tokens. But I do get a little bit of feeling that do I just want to go back on some things. I think I like lately I've been focusing a bit too much on this appearance thing, and now I'm not like really certain of how successful this has been. Just like questioning all the time, like how, like does it look good enough, or should I go more bridal colors or not, or more muted colors? Like should I have like a lighter background or something? Like it's, I don't know, it's yeah, it's pretty black now. Or it's more about It's more about the node background also. Okay. Let's go take a look at this. So if we could put this one lower, can increase this one, can increase the like the fall off curve. Oh, this looks weird. Like, look at like how the lines are. There's some like there are some like different height these lines here for some reason. Like these edges. So just like checking out like how. So if we we're gonna drop this down, so now it's kind of like it's better. Yeah, maybe it's something like this. Okay, it's also like it's just like also like maybe some kind of like sanity check, like the kind of like first principle should be that it's clear or it's easy to follow like what you're doing. Save this for now. Let's publish. I'm gonna take a look at what it looks like in here. Because it makes some difference, like if it's gonna like the right actual width or not. There's some empty space on the right here, I don't know why. Also this, oh yeah, it's because I made the change that it doesn't. Yeah. So let's go a bit back. And now I'm thinking like we could maybe use, could we use more muted colors, because there's like color now from, because we have the border back on. I kind of like feel that it, oh yeah, I have to click that one, yeah. Just like it doesn't be remembering the, so I have to click here, then do this, and it's the source colors. Yeah, they are already quite muted. Let's try a bit of different. So, yeah, that's like my annoyance there, that like so hover should only yeah, I think that should explain it. So when hovering on theme or skill, it should only highlight that part of the project outline border that is the color of the hovered node. So like when I hover here on like existential risks, it's kind of like it lights up all of these, like the top project. Like it should only have like highlighted the kind of like the pink section of that. I think that would be kind of like enough and more clear. I think it's the same with those bands. Yeah, I'm gonna complain about this lines, not really. Okay. Let's see what we get. Come on. But I get the feeling that it's gonna work all right, because right now already it's a lot more subdued. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this seems to work out now. Um, um, yeah, let's try some can I try some different. Oh yeah, yeah. This is one thing that I wanted to do. Um, so when you're randomizing the team, randomizing text output below buttons to show what values were used. Mm. Yeah, let's make this kind of thing. So like sometimes if I have like very wide values here, I have like, oh, huh? Oh, did we lose sound for a while there? I'm not sure. Oh, actually, mm, um, it doesn't really actually it doesn't really work because um, because this can change. Um, the range, or it can be. Um, yeah, maybe this is a bit better. Like you could then show that. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. This might not turn out like I wanted to. But yeah, I'm just like looking now at this thing that I had before, and it's so much more colorful and so much, in that sense, nicer to look at. So I kind of like want to go back to that a bit. I want to add more color here because now it just looks a bit bleak. So let's see if we can make that happen. Mm. Oh yeah, we are about to be out of our usage limit. So I think I'm gonna be ending the stream soon, but I think it's a good. Let's see, I've been streaming for 2 hours and I've been using it quite a lot, so I think it's quite a good like a return, or I got quite a lot out of, or I've gotten quite a lot out of this over the 2 hours. Like it's been thinking quite a lot of the time that I've been using it. Yeah, let's spray around with this bit. Maybe it needs the background color to be brighter as well, and the node colors to be brighter for I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of like nice to have if you put these at. Kind of want to avoid blue ones. There should be. Okay. Where is the? There should be like a button to save these settings, but I cannot find it now. I kind of get the feeling, yeah, the art is working. Max. Like this. Like this should control that it's that they stay within some range. Okay, maybe I was just wrong there. Maybe it was just the red that was so different. It's gonna expand these even more, and we're gonna get some. But I still get the feeling that they. Yeah, look at this one. Like this is so bright. I don't think that they are. Yeah, and this red is like so. It's the maximum. I could just say that they are not working. Yeah, I'm gonna write some commands for so move it yeah, that took a long time. Like I don't even remember anymore. Okay, it was about these randomizations. So like this, and scroll down. They're down here somewhere. Like those controls for. Oh, I think this is somehow messing it up. Like that we have this here. Oh, Okay, let's see if we press something here. So where is it showing them? It's not. Yeah, just like it didn't use these for the edge colors. I think I'm gonna be stopping the stream now. I'm not sure, like, not feel that it was. I'm not sure how useful this was now. Like, yeah, I think I got some stuff made, but for some like progress that I'm sure that it's gonna be useful, but for other things, I'm not sure, like, if I'm heading in the right direction every time. It's a bit tricky. Okay, thank you.